If you have a dog, you will have noticed that you can never stay mad, sad, or even stressed out around your dog. Your dog can sense your moods and tries to make you feel better. This is because your four-legged best friend is the best counter for your bad mood. Dogs have been proven time and time again to be able to reduce your stress. This is because petting, looking, or even being in the same room as your pet will give you a boost in oxytocin, which is a hormone that has been found to dampen stress and combat depression. In a study, participants that spent a long time making eye contact with their dogs, oxytocin levels rose by more than 20% on average. Owners who avoided their dog's gaze saw their oxytocin levels drop slightly. People with dogs tend to feel less lonely, less depressed, less isolated, and less stressed because of this hormone. You also get a sense of satisfaction and fulfillment from taking care of a pet, which will decrease depression and feelings of stress. After they are visited by the dogs.
Yes, most everybody they're more calm. Sometimes it actually helps in their recovery. We've had several dogs that have visited people that might not have seem to have made any progress. Maybe they're still not responding to people or not responding to medication, or they've been in a coma, something like that, and they found that bringing the dogs in, just even picking up a person's hand and placing them on the dog, they've had some really neat recoveries from them.
Do the dogs help people recover faster?
I'm thinking they do, because the stress level is relieved a little bit, and it's always nice to have a reminder from home, and almost everybody has some sort of a pet at home, and it just is that kind of a nice thing.
And then what are the benefits and risks of bringing the dogs into the hospital?
Stress reduction. It also helps in recovery. We've used the dogs to help especially children in physical therapy, to be able to walk. It makes a difference between having to just walk because a physical therapist tells you to, or walking your dog.
Do people with uncurable diseases cope better with a dog than people with the disease that don't own a dog?
I think it's probably a toss-up. I think everybody likes to have, whether it's a dog or a cat or a bird, any kind of something to take care of makes a big difference in people. And I think that, along with having somebody to hug and somebody that's not asking you questions, somebody that's giving you unconditional love back, I think that's a big help in anybody's improvement.
Are certain breeds of dogs better for reducing stress than others?
No, I think any kind of a dog. I've had everything from a miniature toy poodle to a Malamute come and visit. We currently here at the hospital, we have a Great Dane that visits, and we have some labs that visit, and we have a poodle. So any kind of a dog works fine.
Are dogs the best pet for reducing stress, or do other animals work just as well or even better?
I think any kind of a pet does. I don't know what your research has come up with, but in one of my hospitals I actually had a miniature pony that came to visit for the children. It didn't come inside of the hospital, but we took the kids out into the yard to visit with the pony. Of course, the size of our Great Dane that we currently have is just a little bit smaller than a miniature pony. We have, in one of our rehab hospitals, we had rabbits, and they've had birds, parrots, and things like that. So any kind of something to take care of or give something back to you is fine.
How did the people in the hospital change around the dogs?
I think they smile more. I really do. I think when they see the dog has such a hard time making it through the hospital to get to the patients, because visitors and staff are always stopping to say hi or can I pet him or whatever. So their hour and a half that they spend here visiting patients, probably 3/4 of that is visiting with visitors or the staff that are here.
Do the dogs help reduce the stress of the parents with children in the hospital?
Yes. Yeah, they see the response from their children, and again, it's that I don't have to answer a question about my child. I can just get a nice hug or a nice pet. Sometimes just a minute or two of not thinking about it is very good for parents.
Do dogs help adults or children better? And how are they affected differently by dogs?
I, again, think it's a toss-up. Our children, of course, love to have the dogs, and they'll walk them, or they want to give them a treat, or the dog can lay on their bed by them while they're getting a treatment or something, which helps in that. For our adults, it's because they have pets at home, and it's like having your own dog then. And we do have, in some cases, where patients can bring in their dogs and come. Our dogs are all specially trained and certified to be able to come in to visit.
Okay. And then what is the process of bringing a dog into Renown or a place like Renown?
Most every place has a general certification. For our dogs here, they are good citizen certified as a dog. Most of them have gone through Therapy Dogs International training, and quite a few of them are, I don't want to say rejects, but people that dogs that were not able to finish the program for one reason or another, but make wonderful visitors into the hospital. And then all of our handlers are volunteers, and they go through all of our volunteer training as well.
Mm-hmm. Do the dogs visit everybody in the hospital or just certain people?
Each of our dogs are assigned a certain unit on the hospital, but if we have somebody that asks for a visit, or has somebody in the hospital that would like to visit, or we're passing somebody in the hallway and they say, can you stop in to see my mom? We make special visits. Our dogs also visit certain people in the ICUs that we have here at the hospital, and regularly the children's hospital here.
Dogs help lots of people. Dogs are used as seeing eye dogs, search and rescue dogs, seizure dogs, and therapy dogs. All these dogs have certain jobs and are here to help people. People with AIDS with dogs are more likely to be less depressed than people with AIDS that don't have a dog. Also, people with very stressful jobs are happier with a dog than people without. As Judy Fraser said, dogs make people smile more and recover faster from an injury or an illness. There are seizure dogs that can tell 15 to 30 minutes before you have a seizure, and they can help you by calling 911 or barking for help if you have a seizure in a public place. This helps reduce stress of these people because they are being looked out for. Also, when therapy dogs enter hospital rooms, the patients forget about their pain and smile more. This is a welcome distraction.